to the channel, my friends. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We're back with your best bets for the NBA. Here for you today on Friday, April 4th, 2025. NBA player props, spreads, totals, predictions. As always, we got 4 picks in the video that I think are great value bets here for this Friday NBA slate. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. On the road to 9,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support as always. Let's have a big day in the NBA. If you're a returning viewer, also make sure you hit that like button for me as well. Really does help us out. Don't forget, guys, drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section as well for today's action. If you guys would like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick. We'll include your pick in the video if it hits. From yesterday, we had Justin McKelvey calling the Portland Trailblazers minus 4.5. Cashes that. Love to see it. Justin McKelvey cashed in both our Major League Baseball video with Bryce Harper and in our NBA video as well. So something to note there, obviously. Great job there, Justin. Didn't see any other callouts that hit in the chat, but let's get back after today in the chat, guys. Let's have a big day today in the chat and hopefully in the video as well. We've been absolutely rolling here at the channel. 27-9 in our last 36 NBA picks. Went 2-2 yesterday, still on a 9-3 run though here over the short term, but we've been absolutely cooking the NBA of late. So hopefully we keep that rolling today and have another big day. So check out all of our links down below, guys. Social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, community Discord page. All those links down below in the pinned comment and description if you guys are interested in any of that stuff. Stay updated at the channel and also get more ideas for bets, especially in that Discord page. So check that out. Check out our Major League Baseball futures video. I think this is the last day I'm going to mention it. I said it in the MLB video. I said it here. Last day I'm going to mention it, guys. Check out that Major League Baseball futures video, guys, if you guys are interested in the baseball futures market as far as placing any season-long bets or just to get some perspective on the season. You guys don't even have to place any bets, but check out the video. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button on that. Would appreciate that a lot as well. So check that out. Check out our Straight Fire merchandise as well. If you guys are interested in never getting any Straight Fire swag, just know it. All that is in the pinned comment and the description. The link for that for our store. Shirts, mugs, all that good stuff down below there. And then lastly, check out our Straight Fire MVP program, guys. Best value going around the channel. Like I always say, $3.99 for the entire month, 13 cents a day. You get access to all the information you're going to see today and then any video a couple hours in advance of the video. You get access to all of our notes and picks for the day a couple hours in advance. You also get access to our Straight Fire MVP exclusive pick of the day, which unfortunately we did miss yesterday, but we still hit 8 of the last 10 of those. So make sure you guys check that out if you guys are interested. Like I said, just $3.99 for the entire month. Cost of less than a biggie bag, as I always say. Do love my biggie bags. I thought about getting one last night, late at night, and then I was walking out the door, and I opted not to do it and just to save the money, and made myself some eggs instead. Anyway, just a fun fact, guys. I just wanted to let you know the biggie bag was on my mind last night. All right, without further ado, let's do a recap from yesterday, guys. We ended up going 2-2. This is really our version of a bad day of late. This is one of our worst days that we've had in a minute, so... obviously 2-2 is not bad though. We could still get by with that. We cashed D'Angelo Russell under 14.5 points. That might have been the freest cash that you'll ever have if you took his under last night. 0 points in 12 minutes of action. Played the first 6 minutes of each half. Didn't score. We love to see it, guys. It doesn't get any better than that. Stephen Curry over 5.5 assists. We cashed that. Now, if you guys know really why we cashed this, you'd be like, oh. We really cashed because of pretty much a half-court heave from Brandon Podziemski. We got an assist on that before the end of the first half. So we were fortunate to cash that, although I thought he'd make it a lot easier than us. Like I said, even without that, he would have had 4 at halftime. I only had 1 assist in the second half, but it was enough to get it done there for us, guys. We did cash, and that's the important thing. I have to look at how many potentials he had last night, but... like I said, we did cash on Stephen Curry. So those were our 2 hits. Our 2 misses, we had the Grizzlies minus 4.5. I don't know. It might be a while before I could bet on the Grizzlies again last night. Guys, they did win that game, but watching that game, there's just something off with the Grizzlies. Just their aura, something something just feels off. Like, I don't know if it's the fact that their head coach, Taylor Jenkins isn't there, the situation, all this weird stuff going on with Ja Morant now, with the, I don't know what's going on there, guys. But in either case, something looked off. And just the vibes weren't it. Even though they did win, they just don't feel like a team to me. It seemed like a lot of one-on-one basketball. It just doesn't feel like a team to me. The only guy that I saw with heart last night was Scottie Pippen Jr. He's really the reason they won that game, in my opinion. He played his butt off last night, and he looked like he was out there doing work. Outside of that, though, there was some problems there. But anyway, I'm not going to touch too much on that. Like I said, it was an okay day for us, guys. Our other missed play was our exclusive play of the day, Toumani Camara over 12.5 points. Unfortunately, this dude just never really got it going, finished with just 5. But that's all right, though, guys. Like I said, we're still on a 9-3 run, 27-9 over the last 36, 9-3 over the last 12. So we're still rolling in the NBA. Let's get back after today, though. 4 picks in the video. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we're going Norman Powell. Over 16.5 points here for the Los Angeles Clippers. Minus 120 odds on DraftKings. Love a spot here for Powell today. If you guys kind of know about Powell right now, here of late, since he's been back from injury, he was minutes restricted when he first came back and was really minutes restricted for a few games. Well, that's lifted now. You don't have to worry about his minutes restriction now. He's definitely not on one. He's played well over 30 minutes here lately, and he's also been cashing here of late in a couple of the last games here. So, like I said, back to his normal minutes with 30 plus. He's cashed 2 of the last 3 games with logs at 34, 21, and 11. So, had just 11 versus the Pelicans. Lost some minutes there, obviously, because of the blowout. I think this game will be closer today with the Mavs, and it's also this is actually a really good positional matchup for him. Really, any way you slice it, the wings have been killing the Mavericks of late. As far as defensively, small forwards and shooting guards. Mavs allowed the second most points to small forwards last 15 games and the 6th most points to shooting guards over the last 15 games. So you're starting shooting guard and small forward. Technically, Powell listed at small forward, and then you got Dunn listed at shooting guard. Well, Dunn ain't going to shoot that much. So really, that leaves one guy. That leaves Powell to really take advantage of that matchup, and I think he'll be able to do that today out in the wing today. The Mavs are going to have their hands full with, Kawhi Leonard, Harden, stuff like that, so it should open up some great opportunities for Powell to get good looks at the basket and to really go off in this spot. And I do think that this game will be relatively close. Obviously, the Mavericks have gotten a lot healthier of late, and I think they're going to have enough talent here on the floor to keep this game relatively close, so we shouldn't lose too many minutes here with Powell. And Powell has been absolutely crazy good to this line at home. Except for, like I said, of late, but there obviously was a reason for that. Powell, though, for the season, 83% to this line at home. His only misses for the entire season have come of late, missing in 5 straight home games. But like I said, now that minutes restriction's lifted, and now that he's back to really playing big minutes, we saw him have a big game with the 34 versus the Cavs. He's back to being who he is. I like him to go over in a great matchup at home. I think you're getting a really nice discounted line here. Like I said, now that he is in a good spot, really love it here, guys. We saw him post logs of 29 and 28 in 2 games versus the Mavs already this season, so he's already taken advantage of this matchup, almost doubling this line. It's not like we need anything crazy from him tonight. I think that's something to note here with Norman Powell. We only need 17 points from him. And I think there's a great chance that he gets there here tonight. So, love it there for number 1 pick, guys. Get Norman Powell over 16.5 points here for the Los Angeles Clippers. Minus 120 odds on DraftKings. Okay, and at number 2, we are going Derek White. Under 15.5 points here for the Boston Celtics. Minus 114 odds on FanDuel. Yeah, I know. This one hurts. I think this is the first time we've taken a Derek White under all season. He has been absolutely so good to us. I believe we've cashed our last 8 bets on Derek White. So Derek White has been killing it for us. But we're fading him. And I don't really care. To be honest with you, we're here to make some money. And I think this is a great spot for White to make us more money today. Celtics are 5 games, guys, out of a number 1 seed with 6 games to play. Not a lot to play for. When you look forward in the standings here, the Celtics are pretty much locked into that 2 spot, and I think they're aware of that at this point. The Cavs aren't going to lose their last 6 games. That is not something that's going to happen. The Cavs will lock up the 1 seed, and that's the way it's going to go. So there's no reason for the Celtics down the stretch here to really overplay their starters. I don't think they will. They haven't really been overplaying White of late. If you guys have noticed, his minutes have been, I think, slowly taking a hit. Played 31 minutes last game after he played 33, and his minutes were higher before that. So I think his minutes are starting to trend more down. So especially as we close out the season, that's something to keep in mind, and that's why I was looking at unders today on these type of teams. So I think you'll see about maybe up to 30 minutes out of Derek White. I don't expect any more than that, to be honest, in this matchup, especially against the Suns, who they're favored by 15. So let's start there. They could easily blow this team out. The Suns really have been a mess all season. They don't have Kevin Durant. This game really probably should be a blowout anyway. And the Celtics still, anyway you slice it, have a ton of options. Really, their injury report is pretty clean today, outside of Jaylen Brown listed as questionable. But obviously, if he plays, this is even better. Slated to get Porzingis back today as well. But I don't see the Celtics overplaying really any of their starters. It'd surprise me if they play their starters big minutes in this spot. And I think, like I said, I think you could see a blowout, which would obviously help as far as that goes. Last 15 games, though, as well, the other part of this that I like is it's actually a tougher matchup than you'd think for Derek White specifically. Last 15 games, the Suns allowing the 9th fewest points to point guards. The important part of it is that they're actually allowing the 6th fewest threes, which really is the biggest part of Derek White's game. He likes to shoot that 3 ball. And I think here in this spot, I just don't think you'll see a lot of attack in the rim. And they're not going to have to kick it. Tatum and Brown are going to go to the rim, and they're just going to be able to finish. They're not going to have to kick it out the 3-point shooters too much. The Suns, for the most part, pretty undersized in the paint, especially now that Durant's gone as well for the next week here. So the Suns pretty undersized in the paint, I think. Once again, I think guys like Tatum and Brown are going to be able to attack the rack and finish at the rim. And same thing with Porzingis there. They're going to get a lot of rim action. That sounded kind of weird. But anyway, I think this is a great spot here, like I said, for White to hit this under. I think his line, most of the season really was 13.5 to 14.5. So the fact that you're getting it bumped up here to 15.5 in a spot where I don't see him playing big minutes, you could get a blowout. Positionally, the Suns have been decent versus the point guard position. A lot of things to like here, I think. And the last time he played the Suns here recently in Phoenix, and I believe that game they were down Jaylen Brown. I don't think Brown played that game. He just narrowly hit that over with 16. It was either Brown or Tatum. Might have been Tatum that was out that game. One of the big Celtics, though, was out that game. And he had just 16. So I think here in this spot with potentially the Celtics also at full strength, I think he goes under today. So love it there for number 2 pick, guys. You get Derek White under 15.5 points here for the Boston Celtics. Minus 114 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 3, we got Coby White over 32.5 PRAs here for the Chicago Bulls. Going minus 108 odds here on FanDuel. Love the spot for Coby White at home versus a team in the Blazers on a back-to-back. White, 9 of his last 10 games to this line, 6 for his last 6 at home. Love to see that. He's in a great matchup today with the Blazers, who allow the 7th most points, 16th most rebounds, and 13th most assists to shooting guards over the last 15 games. So I like seeing that. Pretty solid positional matchup here for White, particularly on the points, which is the biggest part of this bet, obviously. Blazers defense also on a back-to-back here, like I said. Just played Toronto yesterday. White of late has been the Bulls' primary scoring option, posting 18.2 field goal attempts per game over the last 10 games. So he's been shooting the ball a lot. Expect that to continue again here today. No Trey Jones in the lineup again for the Bulls. So that obviously helps Coby White here as well. And I think, once again, he's just in a great spot here. Being at home in a great matchup where he's been killing this line. For a Bulls team that's pretty desperate here, obviously they need to win this game. Blazers need to win this game. Both these teams still vying for playoff positions. The Blazers probably need the game more if they're going to stay in the playoff race. Obviously, they need to win this game to have a shot at getting that 10 seed. But I really like this spot though for Kobe White though. I think this is absolutely terrific for him here at home. I think he'll be able to really get his game going versus this Blazers team tonight. So, yeah, I see him potentially, especially any Bulls players, starters. You could see increased minutes. Like I said, this is one thing that you typically see at the end of the season. Same thing in the same concept as the playoffs. Your starters are going to end up playing more and more minutes. So I think you could see that out of Kobe White today. See him play 35-plus minutes for sure today. I think he's going to have a great chance here to cash this line. So love it there for number 3 pick, guys. We get Kobe White over 32.5 PRAs here for the Chicago Bulls. Minus 108 odds on FanDuel. Okay, and finally at number 4, there's a lot of y'all that are probably going to disagree with this one, but that's okay. We're going Golden State Warriors money line here versus the Denver Nuggets. Plus 105 odds on ESPN Bet. So yeah, we actually took, this is a revenge spot for me. So I took the Nuggets. We took the Nuggets as a channel here. Minus 8.5 spread the other day versus the Spurs. And they benched everybody. They benched all their starters. We lost the bet. They lost at home to the Spurs. You know what? Because of that, karma's going to get him here, guys. I'm just throwing it out there. The Nuggets are going to lose this game. Because they messed around. Now they're going to find out. You can't just throw games away and expect to win these games, but like, yeah, we're going to just beat the Warriors on the road. I don't think so. Warriors here, guys, in the spot. Really love them here to beat the Nuggets at home. I know they're on a back-to-back, but the Warriors are not the Nuggets. They're not going to rest their players. They're going to play their players tonight. This is a must-win game for both these teams, obviously, but I think the Warriors here with the edge in this particular game. Now, obviously, the Nuggets have dominated this series. You guys aren't going to like this. The Nuggets have won the last 9 meetings in this series. I believe that's going to change tonight, though. Couple good reasons why I like it. The Warriors, guys, as you know, have added Jimmy Butler. They got Jonathan Kuminga back. This team is actually finally healthy. We saw what they did. We've seen what they can do when they're healthy. They've won their last 4 by an average of 18.5 points per game. So the Warriors have been rolling lately. Just beat the Lakers last night. I think they continue that momentum tonight. They're 10th in offensive rating, 7th in defensive rating over the last 15 games. Meanwhile, the Nuggets 9th in offensive rating, 23rd in defensive rating over the last 15 games. The big problem right now I see with the Nuggets is the cohesion that they're going to have on the court. Guys, we just don't even know who's going to play. Night to night, it feels like with the Nuggets, their injury report is just bonkers. And obviously with none of the starters playing the other night, but there's a chance they get, 2, 3 of them, all of them back tonight, maybe 4 play, maybe 3 play, who knows. In either case, I like the cohesiveness of the Warriors more. The Warriors are going to know what they're doing more, obviously, because this unit has played together more of late, and they've played well together. And their pieces off the bench are really coming together. Obviously with Kuminga, with him being healthy, his production off the bench has been great. Poured in 18 points last night. Obviously, you guys know what Curry's done of late. Curry's been an absolute heater of late as well. And you still got Butler there just lurking quietly, playing defense. Same thing with Draymond Green. And these guys are also capable as well. So I think this is a great spot, especially with the Warriors at home. I think they're more serious about winning now. I just do. That's the other part. I think the Warriors are hungry. I don't see it from the Nuggets. I don't get the feeling that they're hungry when they bench their entire lineup in a game they needed to win. The other day versus the Spurs, they needed that game. They put themselves in a position to be in the play-in tournament because they lost that game to the Spurs. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's not a team to me that's hungry. Though you got guys, out for I don't even know why they're out. Ankle injuries and all this stuff. I can't speak to too much of what, as far as their injury report, why they're out. But I just know right now, I believe this Warriors team is more hungry to get a win. And I think tonight they come out on the back-to-back and they bring it tonight and they get this win. Then they have their day off and then they play again on Sunday. So I think they get the win in this spot. I like them in this spot. I like the way they've been playing defense. I don't like the way the Nuggets have been playing defense. And I don't like the way that their injury report's been. That's just the way it is. Anyway, Warriors get it done tonight, guys. Love it there for number 4 pick. We got Golden State Warriors money line here versus the Denver Nuggets. Plus 105 odds on ESPN Bet. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. Keep in mind, we will have a 5th pick in the NBA. It'll be our SFP MVP exclusive pick. So if you guys are interested in getting access to that, sign up, become an MVP below. We've had 8 of the last 10 of those. We've been rolling on those really for most of the season. Those have been, or most of the back half of the season, because we just added that into our program. But obviously, if you guys are interested in that, check that out. Become an MVP. Just 13 cents a day. Be careful when you're betting the NBA, guys, at this time of year. Just be aware of all the factors as far as motivation, minutes, younger guys playing, stuff like that. There's a lot of changes that happen towards the end of the season because teams are trying to get a look at their younger players, which honestly was one of the reasons why I loved D'Angelo Russell last night. We thought, the promise on him was that not only had he been going under, but the promise was that we could see more Brooklyn Nets players playing, testing out their youth. That's exactly what happened last night. He only played 12 minutes and played the first 6 minutes of each half. It was just very weird. But anyway, just be careful as you're betting the end of the season. It is a little wonky for sure. You never know what you're going to get. But I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. Let's have a great day in the NBA once again today. We've been rolling in the NBA. It's been a great NBA season. It's been great getting to know a lot of you. And hopefully, obviously, we can have another big day today. So check out our Major League Baseball Best Bets video as well. That is live. And outside of that, that will do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.